guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make my chicken saltimbocca, also known as saltimbocca alla romana. Now, you're probably thinking, I don't know what she's saying or care, but it's a very simple dish made with chicken breast, some prosciutto, sage, and a nice buttery wine sauce. It's super simple and easy, an Italian classic, and around this time of year, I see sage leaves everywhere, and as much as I love this dish, I find myself making it only around this time of year just because the sage leaves are super fresh and they really catch my eye. So I was really excited to share it with you guys. But before we get started, of course, we need to go over the ingredients, so let's do it. You'll need some chicken breast pounded thinly, fresh sage leaves, some prosciutto, some white wine, chicken stock, a little bit of butter, salt and pepper, extra virgin olive oil. That's it. Simple and easy, right? Now, if you buy the chicken breast, like the big thick chicken breast, you either want to cut them in half or you want to pound them thinly. I bought mine like that and they're perfect. And all I'm going to do now is just season this with salt and pepper. And not too much salt, only because the prosciutto's salty and I don't want it to be like, whoa, salt in your mouth. You know what I mean? So now, the next thing I'm going to do is take some of the fresh sage leaves and put it directly on the skin, well, directly on the flesh, I should say, of the chicken breast. Now, what I'm going to do, basically, is sandwich together the sage leaves directly onto the chicken breast with a slice of the prosciutto. Now, this is going to do a couple things. Number one, it's going to keep the sage leaves in there, so as it cooks, all the flavor of the sage goes directly in the chicken, giving it just so much more flavor, and it just tastes delicious. So all I'm doing is kind of like pushing the prosciutto down, sandwiching it together, and we're pretty much done. Now we just gotta get to the stove to start cooking. I have about a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil in a large non-stick saute pan or large skillet over medium-high heat, and it's been preheating, so it's nice and hot. Now I'm gonna add in my chicken. You want prosciutto side down. Whoa, I lost a sage leaf, but that's okay. You want prosciutto side down. And what that's going to do is seal it, and get that prosciutto nice and crispy. So cook that for about 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm also going to season this other side, and I'm going to cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. My chicken is cooked all the way. I just flipped it once. That's the top. Remember, we cooked that part first. It's got gorgeous color. I'm now just going to remove this to a plate. And I'm just going to cover it with another plate just to keep it warm. Now, to this pan, I'm going to add in some white wine. If you don't want to drink wine or you don't drink wine, you can replace this wine with just your chicken stock. Just add a little bit more chicken stock. Now, I have my heat up to medium-high, just like I've had it for the whole time, and I'm going to cook this until the wine has reduced by half. To my wine that's been reduced, I'm going to add in some chicken stock. Now, this looks like it's a lot of liquid, but you're going to let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until the chicken stock is reduced by half again, and it becomes like a really thick sauce once we add the butter, but I'll show you what that looks like once this has reduced. This looks perfect. I'm just going to season it with just a little salt and pepper because we want to make sure the sauce is seasoned. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of butter, about a tablespoon. I'm going to let this cook. I'm cranking the heat up to high. And I'm going to let this cook for about, I would say, a minute, just until the sauce kind of comes together and thickens. And then I'll meet back at the counter to serve it up. My sauce looks perfect. I'm now just going to spoon this over my chicken. I'm going to spoon some of it, not all of it, because I'm serving this over some noodles, but you can serve it over anything. You don't have to serve it over anything because traditionally it's not really served over a starch, but I just love the sauce so much that I feel like it would go to waste if it wasn't being soaked up by something like delicious, just to, bring the sauce to life a little bit. I'm going to give this a quick bite because I can't take another second. It smells so divine. If I can get it cut anyway. Pardon me. just the way it should be. The sage comes through, the prosciutto is nice and crispy, gives a great flavor. The sauce is super buttery. This has it all for me. It's easy, it's simple, it's quick. You can definitely make it, and if you want to, you know where to get the recipe, www.laurenkitchen.com. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.